This is a promotional poster for my neighbor Totoro. In the rain, a girl with an umbrella is standing alongside Totoro. You might feel uncomfortable with this. The main characters in My Neighbor Totoro are the sisters Satsuki and Mei, right? But in this poster, the girl is alone. She is neither Satsuki nor Mei. Who is this girl? In this video, we will try to solve this mystery. Do you know that My Neighbor Totoro and The Grave of the Fireflies were shown at the same time when they were released? My Neighbor Totoro is a masterpiece of Hayao Miyazaki, and The Grave of the Fireflies is a masterpiece of Isao Takahata. It's a privilege to be able to watch the masterpieces of two masters of the animation world at the same time. But these two works were in danger of not being able to be produced. For the next film, after the first Castle in the Sky, Toshio Suzuki of Studio Ghibli proposed My Neighbor Totoro, which Hayao Miyazaki had been planning for a long time. However, the senior management of Tokuma Shoten, the parent company, rejected the project, saying that it was too plain. Suzuki thought that he could persuade the executives of Tokuma Shoten if it was a double feature with another work. Then the idea of adapting Akiyuki Nosaka's novel, Grave of Fireflies, into an animated film directed by Isao Takahata came up. However, Suzuki was rebuked by a Tokuma Shoten executive.
The ghosts alone are bad enough. What's more, graves?
The breakthrough in this deadlock was made by Shinchosha, the publisher of Grave of the Fireflies. After many twists and turns, it was decided that Tokuma Shoten produce My Neighbor Totoro and Shinchosha would produce Grave of the Fireflies. Just then, they had a distribution problem. Toei, the distributor of Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind and Castle in the Sky, refused to distribute the films because it didn't fit into the corporate culture. It seemed that all wasn't well, but Yasuyoshi Tokuma, the president of Tokuma Shoten, talked directly to Toho and was finally able to get a promise to release the films. In this way, the simultaneous production of two films, My Neighbor Totoro and The Grave of the Fireflies, began. In the previous two films, Isao Takahata and Hayao Miyazaki collaborated as producer and director, but this time, they are directly competing with each other as directors. Excellent animators are indispensable for creating high-quality films. Immediately, they began fighting over the stuff. Particularly, the battle over Yoshifumi Kondo was fierce, and both sides refused to give up. Kondo was so highly evaluated that he was later chosen to direct Whisper of the Heart. Takahata even declared, if Kondo doesn't do it, we can't make Grave of Fireflies. In the end, Toshio Suzuki made the decision that Kondo would join the Takahata team. Hearing this, Miyazaki was outraged and told Suzuki that he would quit. Suzuki didn't resist, but listened and let Miyazaki get as angry as he could. The next morning, Miyazaki said, I hit Kondo in my dream. I'll do it now that I feel better, and the matter was settled. It's an episode that shows the true colors of Toshio Suzuki, a shrewd producer. Their rivalry also affected the movie's running time. Initially, Both films were planned to be 60 minutes long. However, when Miyazaki heard that the running time of Grave of Fireflies would be extended to more than 80 minutes, he was determined to compete. How can I have a better way to make a movie longer? Then Miyazaki came up with a solution to the problem. Alright, I just make them sisters. That way I can have a longer story. At first, My Neighbor Totoro had only one main character, a girl. He changed it to sisters. Satsuki and Mei were born out of Hayao Miyazaki's competitive nature. When it came time to draw the promotional poster for the movie, he tried to make Satsuki and Mei stand next to Totoro, but it didn't work. It was difficult to change a girl who was originally one into two. So he drew a girl who was a combination of Satsuki and Mei. Her hairstyle, height, and the clothes she wore were a combination of Satsuki and Mei. Thus, a girl who was neither Satsuki nor Mei appeared on the poster. Also, Hayao Miyazaki's competitive nature once led him to say that he would not produce a cat bath or a magical flying top. Isao Takahata is making literary films, so I'll go with literary films. I don't want to do something stupid like cats flying. That was the reason. Suzuki later remarked, "At that time, I had a hard time persuading Hayao Miyazaki. Now, we can't imagine My Neighbor Totoro without Satsuki and Mei, the cat bath, and the magical flying top." My Neighbor Totoro and The Grave of the Fireflies were both released in April 1988, and the final attendance was only about 800,000. It was a huge deficit of several hundred million yen. It ended as expected, no good with ghosts and graves. Later that year, Spirited Away recorded an audience of 450,000 on its first day of release alone. My Neighbor Totoro and The Grave of Fireflies had 450,000 viewers in their first 6 weeks at the box office. Spirited Away did it in just one day. While Spirited Away became an unprecedented hit, Suzuki had mixed feelings about it, saying, "I couldn't help but feel pity for Fireflies and Totoro." On the other hand, My Neighbor Totoro and Grave of Fireflies were extremely well acclaimed. For example, My Neighbor Totoro won a number of film awards, including the Japanese Grand Prize at the Mainichi Film Awards, and the first place in the Kinema Junpo Best 10 Japanese Films. As a result, Hayao Miyazaki's reputation in the film industry and among film fans has grown by leaps and bounds. The following year, when it was broadcast on Nippon Television Network Corporation, it received a high viewer rating of 21.4%. Its popularity extended to the general public as well. 2 years after the film release, Totoro character goods, mainly stuffed toys, became very popular when they were released. This provided the opportunity to build a new business model that didn't only rely on box office revenue from films, and contributed to the expansion of Studio Jibri's business. For this reason, Totoro became the symbol of Studio Ghibli. Toshio Suzuki is so grateful to Totoro that he said, "I want to build a Totoro shrine in the future."